How to leave the narcissist. So, you've decided you've had enough. You recognize that the relationship you're in is abusive and you're ready to get out. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and in this video, I'm going to share some tips on leaving the narcissist you live with. Firstly, I want to say that if you are in a physically abusive relationship, you need to get out ASAP for your own safety. Check out the services in your area, as there are organizations that will assist you. I was actually referred to several local organizations by my attorney, who knew among the other abuse that I was experiencing, I was also being financially abused. So, what steps do you need to take in order to get out safely and with as little drama as possible? The number one most important thing you need to do is do not tell the narcissist you're leaving. I cannot stress this enough. This is not a normal relationship, and it will not be a normal breakup. I want you to consider all the exasperating conversations that you've had with the narcissist. Could you ever get them to understand or see your point of view? Did you ever really resolve any conflict? Think about that for a minute. Of course not. It's probably on your list of reasons for leaving in the first place. If you thought trying to talk to them was tough before, this is nothing when you tell them you're leaving and the narcissist knows there's nothing left to lose. That mask will fully come off and you will see a side of them you have never seen before. No matter how mean, how cruel, or how downright nasty they have been with you in the past, they are going to crank this up to a level you never thought possible. So please do yourself a favor and do not announce your plans to leave. Along those same lines, be very careful of who you share your plans with. Do not let anyone who is in contact with the narcissist know what you're planning. Some people, frankly, will just straight up rat you out to the narc. Others will genuinely think that they're helping you by telling the narcissist, believing they're helping to save your relationship. Keep your plans to yourself, or only tell people who can help you leave and that you completely trust. While you're still in the living situation with them before you leave, as much as possible, act like nothing has changed. This is important. Interact with them as you usually would, but also use this time to emotionally detach from them. And this can be tough because you're more than likely trauma bonded, but it will serve you in the long run. The narcissist is going to continue to try to bait you into arguing with them. They're going to continue to invalidate you, devalue you, abuse you. All that's going to keep going on because this entertains them, especially if they happen to be bored or if they sense you're pulling away from them. Try to see this as their usual BS and don't react emotionally to it. I know it's hard. What I did is I would just say, "You're right, honey. Okay. All right, whatever. Yeah, okay." I mean, whatever I could say to appease him. That's what I did. Keep your goal in mind and remind yourself, this is another reason you're leaving. I would highly advise recording conversations, both in person and over the phone. There's two reasons for this. Even if you are the only one that ever sees or hears the recordings, this helps remind you that you are not crazy. It also helps you to remember what they said when they try to use gaslighting later. And gaslighting is a tactic used by every narcissist to cause you to doubt yourself, doubt your reality, doubt what they've said or done, and basically make you feel crazy. Now, the second reason for recording conversations is you may need it later as evidence in court, especially if the narcissist is your spouse and you're going to be getting divorced. I never planned for anyone to see or hear the recordings I made, but they came in helpful. I have so many recordings and videos that I still have yet to share on this channel as I am still battling my narcissistic ex-husband in court. Try to stash some money away for your escape. Now, this can be tough if the narcissist controls the purse strings. So if they give you money for buying groceries, etc., see if you can get cash back at the store. Now, if the narcissist checks the receipts, you can try doing this. Purchase the groceries so you have a receipt to give them, and then return a few items that you don't really need. Now, you have a receipt to give them, and they won't know about the return, but obviously this only is going to work with cash, and it depends on how carefully your narc checks the receipts. So this is not something that would work for me and didn't, but it could work for you. Now, if you work and you have a 401k, start making larger contributions if possible to that 401k. And if they are the beneficiary on this or any other account, remove them. This works if the narcissist controls the money that you make. You can also ask trusted friends and family members for financial help. Get a burner phone. My ex-narc checked my phone records regularly, so I needed a burner phone that he knew nothing about so I could contact my attorney and other friends that he didn't want me talking to. Make sure you keep that phone on silent and power the phone off when you're not using it. This is not something that you want the narcissist to find. As much as you can, get your personal belongings out of the house, especially those with sentimental value. The narcissist can and will destroy your cherished photos, letters, gifts from your children, and anything else that's important to you once you leave. And again, I cannot stress this enough. They are highly vindictive and will feel justified in destroying what matters most to you. My narcissist ex-husband destroyed all the framed portraits of me and my family displayed in our home. He actually admitted it in court and completely said he was justified because he had purchased some of the frames. No kidding, it's on court record. Okay, fortunately, thankfully, I had already removed the photos I had in photo albums. Otherwise, I'd have no photos left at all. My ex-narc also destroyed my deceased father's cremated remains, his urn, and other items belonging to my father which were contained within that urn. That may seem unbelievably cruel and heinous, and it is. And you may think your narcissist would never stoop so low. Believe me, I thought the same thing. But there is no such thing as stooping too low for these individuals. The legal battle I'm still fighting is over these issues. Anything and everything you don't want to lose, you need to get those items out ahead of your leaving. Have a friend hold on to your property or ship it to friends and family. Make sure you leave enough in the home, though, so it doesn't look like you're leaving. The element of surprise is your friend. Set up as much as you can in advance, such as getting a new phone and a new phone number, or use a burner phone for a while. If you have the Find My Phone app, turn that off so the narcissist cannot track you. If you are leaving by car, check it or have it checked for tracking devices. Narcissists are highly controlling. If you live with one, you already know this, and putting tracking devices on your car or spyware on your computer or on your phone is very common. Open a separate bank account in your name only, because any joint account with the narcissist allows them to legally take whatever they want from that account. Figure out where you're going to stay. If you're able to rent a house or apartment, get that in order prior to your departure. If finances are not going to allow that and you're going to need to stay with friends or family, make sure they know you may need to be there for a while. And do not let the narcissist know where you are for your own safety and well-being, both for yourself and for those you're staying with. Take important documents or copies of those documents with you, or mail them to a trusted friend in advance. Get a post office box or use a friend's address as your mailing address. And if you're married, see an attorney before leaving. At least have a consultation. Most of these are free or very inexpensive. So you need to know your legal rights before you go, especially if there are children involved. Do not try to negotiate divorce with the narcissist. Remind yourself, once again, how difficult it was to communicate with them about anything, especially their behavior. Did that ever go well? If they were virtually impossible to reason with while you were in the relationship when they were saying they love you, how can you possibly reason with them now? As much as I prepared for my own escape from the narcissist, I never counted on him being despicable enough to not only destroy my precious family portraits, but also destroy my beloved father's urn and ashes. I just never imagined it. So I sincerely hope you find these tips helpful. I hope this helps you hold on to your treasured possessions and not have them destroyed by an inhumane monster. I hope this helps you to leave the toxic relationship that you're in safely. Everyone's situation is different. When children are involved, it's even more complicated. I offer these suggestions as guidelines, and for those of you who have already left, I invite you to share your thoughts and your ideas in the comments below so others may benefit from what you have experienced. Thank you all so much for taking the time to listen, and may you have a blessed day.